Hi, hello. Amanda, Seint artist, talking about Seint makeup. We're going to talk about makeup placement. All right, so here's two ways of doing it. I wanted to show you where everything goes. So you have different things. So if you're curious what the heck is going on with my face, I am using Seint Makeup. It's a 3D cream-based foundation system, and it's basically paint by numbers on your face. You have your main highlights, you've got your brightening highlights, you've got contouring, you've got bronzers, you've got lip and cheeks, and there's a place for each of these items. So if you're about to get your makeup, if you're having issues with where everything goes, this will be a really good tutorial for you. So I'm going to show you. You can either put all the colors on your face, so it's essentially one layer of makeup, or you can put it on one at a time. And so I'm going to kind of show you how you can take this and put it on this way. And I'm going to show you how you can apply it, especially, wipe my finger on my hand, how you can put it on one color at a time. Okay, so the first thing that I want to start with is my main highlight. You can barely see it. It's there. It's basically the beard of your makeup. Okay, really, really easy to explain it that way. I am going to be using the buff brush today, and I am going to show you one at a time. So the first color I'm going to go into is my main highlight. This is the truest tone to my skin. So when you're trying this makeup and you hear me say highlights, that is essentially your foundation and your concealer, but we call it a highlight. And in your terms, if you're using traditional makeup, that would be a shimmer. But in this case, it's your foundation and your concealer, all foundations. All the colors I have on my face, my contours, my bronzers, my blushes, they are all a form of foundation. So you're not having to put a single layer just to cover all the imperfections. Everything you put on your face offers coverage, which is amazing because you're putting less product on your face. Your skin's breathing. It's cream, so it's moisturizing. It's good for all skin types, whether it's dry, combination, oily, whether you're young, whether you have mature skin. It's good for all the skin types because it grows with you and the maturing of your skin. All right, so I've been using this makeup for almost 2 years. I have tried all the makeups out there. Every time something new came out, I got it. And then I got this because I was like, I try everything else. I want to try this because I saw somebody use the makeup, and when the light hit their face, it looked different. It looked different than anything I've ever put on my face, and she was at the end of her day. My makeup didn't look like that at the end of a day. It was cracked, it was creasing, it separated, it was textured, especially around my eyes because I pile so much on that between the creaminess of the concealer on top of a foundation and powder and then setting it with another powder, it almost creped under my eye and it just looked terrible. And I don't have that problem anymore. So, okay, I'm gonna get started. So I'm gonna go in with the big end of my buff brush. It's a very dense brush. The denser the brush, the fuller the coverage. Especially with summer coming and the sun's been hitting my face, all the imperfections, the scarring that I have on my face darkens. And so with this makeup in the summer, I do a fuller coverage for my everyday wear. So I'm going to go in with the bigger end and I'm going to dip in. And when I say dip, I'm just steepling this on because it's a thick cream foundation. I'm putting it on and I'm going to essentially put on my beard. So I'm just going on right here on the lower part of my jaw. And then I'm going to bring it up onto my cheek and then tap in twice. And then I'm just steepling this on right here because I have discoloration in this area. And then I'm moving it to the crease of my nose. And that's it. That's essentially my foundation. It's evened the skin tone out. I don't have a bunch of layers on my makeup. And it's also very thin. It's a high pigmentation makeup. It's 80% pigmentation. So you don't have to put so much product on to build up that coverage. It's all good coverage right away. Okay, so I've put the beard on, which is just right down here and up onto my cheek where my discoloration is, just to even out the tone. And then I moved it to the crease of my nose. I don't like to apply creams to the crease. It can cake up and look gross. It happens with all the makeups. But with this, I can move it. It's nice. Okay, the next color I'm going to go into is my brightening. Do I want to do brightening next? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to go into my brightening here, which is just, it's a shade or two lighter than my natural skin tone. You'll see that I've put it right here. I've put it down the middle of my face. I'm basically bringing the light into the center of my face. So I'm going to go in with the small end, and same thing. I'm just going to tap in, and I am going to go right here. I'm going down the bridge of my nose, and then I'm coming up and kind of over that brow. and I'm just blending this out. Now it is a lighter tone than my skin because I want the light to reflect from there. And I'm just gonna bring it down my nose, and then I'm going to tap a little bit in. I mean, I just barely on that one. Just wanna pick it up on the tips of the bristles, and I'm just brightening right here, and then I'm brightening right here on my chin. That's it. And then I'm gonna kind of flip this, not kind of, I am, and I'm blending this in with that main highlight. Just kind of marrying them together, and I'm blending this out, and my lipstick is getting dipped down on it. Let's fix that. I have to fix it as I go, or I'm just gonna stare at it the whole time and get upset with myself. This will work. Okay, let's just fix my droopy lip. Does that work? Did that work? I have no idea. It's about as good as I'm gonna get. Okay, I'll leave that there so I can fix it again. All right, so now I'm just blending this on the bridge, blending this up, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little more. I'm gonna tap, tap, and I am going to make a triangle under my eye here. Pick it up as you go. I'm just tapping it onto the tips of the bristles, and I'm creating a triangle, and this is going to make my eyes look a little more youthful. It's going to make them look a little more awake, and it's also going to pull them up because I'm bringing it up. Okay, flipping it to the bigger end, and I'm just pressing this and steepling this out and blending it down onto my cheekbone. Look at that. Just brightens things up. Blended. It's nice. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the contour. So I'm going to do my nose, I'm going to do right here, my cheekbone, and I'm going to do my jawline. I'm going to switch over to the detail brush. This one's nice because it has the edges, and I'm going to be using the color Indigo, and I just push this onto the edge of the brush. I'm going to do the same thing you see right here. I'm just going to apply it down along the hairline and bring it down, just like that. Okay. Just like that. So this is going to look like this. And I'm just kind of sweeping that brightness into the contour just to marry them together and undefine the line. Pretty simple. I'm going to do the same thing, push it onto the edge again. And I'm going to draw a line on the top of the nose, but not the middle. And I'm just going to blend this up and down into that brow, because that's where your shadowing naturally goes. I'm going to flip it to the small end, and I'm just going to use the little end to just blend this around, pull it down, blend, 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 blend. And it just gives a shadowing. It straightens out my nose, and that's it. I'm going to kind of steeple under my eye here just to tidy things up. Really nice, because all these colors work together, and I like that I can map my face out and then show you how to do it one at a time. Okay, so next I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to go in front of my earlobe and down. So all I'm doing here is creating a definition of my jaw right here. So I'm just going to use that detail brush, and I'm pushing this up towards my cheekbone and then on my jawline, and I'm pulling it down just like that. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back in with the edge right here. I'm going to go back in to that indigo color. Push, 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 push. Ooh, Lily's here. All right. Push, push, push. Okay. I am going to feel for my cheekbone. You can see the shadowing of it. And I'm going to go you see the shadowing here. I'm going to go just above it here. And I'm going to do a curve just like what's right here. So I'm just going to push this, and I'm making that same line that you see over here. Push, 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 push. And I'm just steepling this and blending this. I'm smirking a little just so I can see the shape of my cheek, because as you get older, there's a bit of a breakdown in the cheeks. And so I'm just bringing them back up so I can just see where I want my shadow to be. And I'm just creating a shadow. You can see it, but I'm going to be blending it with bronzer. I'm going to be blending it with blush. So there's going to be more blending on it, and I don't want to over blend it and make it disappear. So that's what I'm doing next. Okay, I actually used a different cheek color today. I used pink grapefruit, which isn't in my palette. Yeah, right here. This guy. I'm here. All right, so I'm just going to pop this on, and And I'm just gonna smile and I'm gonna put it on the front of my cheek here, just like that. That's the only place I really need this because I'm gonna go in to my bronzer next, which I'm currently using this one right here. It's a little bit warmer than the Bella bronzer, which I have right here. So this is the Bella bronzer right here, and I'm using this guy. It's actually a highlight color called Icon, and I've been really liking the warmth of it. So I am going to go in with my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm just going to push on it, put a little bit on, and I am going to go, I have some right here, and then I put it right here, and then I have it on my neck, just to bridge my chest to my face. My neck doesn't see a lot of sunlight, so I'm just pushing a little on, and I'm going to kiss it right here, push a little more on, and I'm going to kiss it right here on my cheekbones, and I'm almost putting it on like a blush. And now I'm just going to blend this, flipping it with the fluffy, and I'm just going to blend this, and it just warms up the skin with sun-kissed look. I'm going to flip this back over, and I'm going to steeple it and marry it into that pink on my cheek, just like that. It's such a pretty combination. I really like it. All right, flipping it to the fluffy end, and I'm going to bring that brightness down and the brightness up. I don't like to take my colorings and move it down. I like to keep it right where it is, and it's just kind of married into that contour color. That's it. All this has been applied over here, and it looks natural. So now I'm going to take the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to make this side look like this side. So all I'm going to do when you do this is you start with the lighter tones first. You don't just smear this around and expect a miracle. The only thing you need to remember is start with the light. So I'm just using the lightest touch, the tips of the bristles. You bring it to the brightness, and that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to go right here onto this brightness, and I'm just steepling it out like that. Done. Okay, under my eye, I'm pushing it, and I'm just blending this. Done. That's how easy this is. Okay, the contour right here, I'm just going to use little circles using a very light touch. Marrying that in. There's that bronzer I put right here. I'm just going to push on that, bring it over. Done. Done. Okay, my nose. I'm just going to do those up and downs, just like I did before. Up and downs. Bring it down. Steeple, steeple, steeple. Steeple, steeple, steeple. Done. How good is this? Okay, I'm going to go do that jawline right here. Just going to do circles, and I'm going to bring it down. Circles, bring it down, bring it up a little bit to where this starts. Bring it down onto my neck. I had put that bronzer, I didn't do that last time, so I'm just going to put a little on the brush, match it over here. I'm just going to do circles. I'm going to take this fluffy in, same thing. Done. Okay, the cheek. The cheek I always save for last because you save the best for last. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to be steepling that contour, little circles. I'm going to bring it up into that icon, that bronzer color I did. And I'm just little circles, bringing it to that cheek, steepling it. Steeple, steeple, steeple. Use that. Done. That's it. This is a little brighter of a pink, so I'm going to go into my mane. And I'm just going to go over it a little bit with my main highlight. Just tone it down a little bit. I'm just going to give my whole face a once over with this brush. I'm going to take a setting spray. This is almost gone. I'm going to use my Seint spray today because I want a dewy look with it. Let it rain on your face. With the setting spray for Seint, spray it up and let it fall.